Alright, Aya. Part 2 of case 3, because the first 2 trial days and court days went by really fast. Specifically the first court day. That motherfucker flew. Like, it was insane how quick that was. Okay, so the usual has to be done. Let me just get this. I have no idea why it shares the capture with busy person. I also have no idea how to change that, nor do I really care to, because once I'm done, odds are I'll never have to change that display ever again, so at this point, convenience would be nice, but unneeded. 2009. I can't use that. Alrighty. Let us resume. Chapter 3-3. I'll be ready, chat. So, does everyone know what happened so far? That trial day was one testimony. I presented one piece of evidence, and then they were like, "Well, shit, all right," and then they called it a day. Imagine putting all those resources together. I didn't change my what? Oh, hold on. Let me fix that. Oh, you're right. I didn't change this. I didn't change. Oh, I forgot to change that information. Alright, I fixed it. Alright. So, what I need to do now is I need to talk to Suako, because Suako told Chirino to do something, but she wouldn't spit out what it was. So now I gotta know. Also, Rinnosuke seems to know something as well, and he's not talking either. So, something's going on here, and I gotta figure it out. Let's do it. Huh? Isn't that Chirino coming out of the shrine? You're right. Excellent timing. Let's have a word with her. Chirino, do you have a minute? What are you doing in a place like this? I just came here to play, that's all. See? Got a problem with that? No problems here. We just wanted to ask a few questions, if that's alright. You left in the middle of the trial yesterday, so... Yeah, I knew it. Questions. Oh my god, alright. What do you remember? This is gonna be a hell of a question for the poor girl. Thank you very much for yesterday, Chirino. Your testimony gave us the break we were looking for in our case. We're really? Yes, we're still hunting for the truth, though. Something the matter? Did nothing. By the way, have you remembered anything else since yesterday? Nah, not really. I see. Very, very helpful information there. Do you come here often? Yeah, this place is nice and open, so it makes for a perfect playground. But it's on the top of the mountain. What do you play? I play Shoot the Worshippers. Doesn't that make Miss Moria angry? Heh, I'm so good she never caught me playing it. Wait, do you think that Chirino was the cause of that incident with the Kappa? That seems all too likely. God damn it, Chirino. Do you get along with Miss Moria and Miss Yasuka? I don't think so. But you just left the shrine, didn't you? Really? Is that what that building is? You realize you don't need to act dumb. She ain't acting. Didn't you see Miss Moria on the other side? Or the others inside? Nah. Oh, really now? They told me not to say I saw them, so I didn't say it. But you just did. Won't you please fill me in on the details? Tell me your secrets, what you couldn't say. Yesterday in court, you said you couldn't answer my question before running away. What are you hiding? Tell us the truth. Please. I went to Chiriden, okay? On the day I shot Don Maku at Kisume. Well, yes. Yes, continue. Before that, I went to Oku's room, which caused Miss Kaimbyo to become angry with you, right? And I put one of those no-standing Daruma dolls in there. Really? Is that true? Yeah. Why would you do that? 'Cause Suwako asked me to. Again? Why? I don't know, never told me. But you know Miss Satori lives there. Why did you do something so dangerous? Suwako caught me playing Shoot the Worshippers. But you just said she never did. That was a lie. I got caught and they got mad. They're gods, you know. They're scary when they get mad. Yes, no doubt about that. But Kanako gave me a doll and said if I put that doll in Oku's room, they'd forgive me. That's why I did it. And then what happened? I don't know, that's all I did. I see. You did a very good job explaining things. Fuck, I hit the mouse wheel. Can I go now? They might get mad if they see me again. Of course. Goodbye. So that's how another non-standing Daruma ended up in Miss Oku's room. Looks like we'll finally start connecting all the dots. Yes. Case file 9. Oh, of course. Kanako gave Chirino a no-standing Daruma, telling her to place it in Oku's room. Alright, we're on 9 case files. So let's go in here. I can't go in there. So let's just go back. Let's go around the places. Good morning. Same to you. How are you feeling? To be honest, I'm a little worried about where things are headed. Can't argue with that. But I think the wind is slowly turning in our favor. Try to hang in there a little while longer. Alright, thanks. Tell me everything you know. Would you happen to know anything else that might help us? No, I think I'm about spent. I just want to know when I can get out of this bird cage. We don't know yet. But we're working as hard as we can. With any luck, you'll be free by tomorrow. I really, really hope so. She seems rather exhausted. We gotta keep trying for her sake. Alright, well there wasn't much there. So let's go talk to Rinnosuke, because he's hiding stuff too. Korindo. Hello? No one's here. Guess so. We'll come back later. Well, that about wraps that up, doesn't it? Alright, back to the underground with the skyline. I simply can't get used to this place. I don't want to stay here any longer than I have to. Oh, then let's finish our business and leave post-haste. Yes, post-haste. Alright, but I could ask you not to hide behind me the whole time. Huh? Why can't I? Shape up, I'm going inside. Wait, Aya, don't leave me behind! She has every reason to be afraid. Okay, I can't go to the courtyard. So let's just go everywhere. We're gonna go everywhere, get trapped on one piece of evidence that I didn't look at, and then do that for like 15 minutes. Hey, morning. Good morning, Miss Oren. Good morning. This trial has certainly lasted for a while, I'll say. Are they usually this long? It depends on the case, but I didn't expect this one to turn out the way it did. How are we doing right now? We're not there yet, but we're past the moat. All we have to do now is climb the castle walls. Could be worse, I guess, but Oku isn't looking too hot, you know? I'm begging you, lady, please get her out of that cell. Of course I will. You know, the thing about Phoenix Wright is, in the first game... Oh, here's this track. In the first game, every Phoenix Wright game starts the same, where you do the trial for the first case, then you get an investigation day on the second case, as well as a trial day. And in Phoenix Wright 1, you do 3 investigations and 3 court days on the last 2 cases, as well as the DLC one, or Rise from the Ashes. Not DLC, but added with the DS re-release. But after that, they started doing only 2 each, so 2 investigations, 2 court days. But they had better length than the first ones, which I think is better when they do it like that. You get more out of it. There's longer gaps, and it's easier to take a half. So when you take half of 2, you get 1. You take half of 3, you get 1.5. So you could break it up between doing an investigation and a trial and then take a break. But in the first Phoenix Wright, it was like, okay, I did an investigation, I did a trial, I did an investigation. And that's the halfway point. So you can stop there kind of an awkward spot. Or you could do the trial there and then stop there, and then just have one of each left, but then there's not that much substance. So then you end up going into the next case a little bit, and then it's all one big mess. It's all about getting things set up. Rise of the Ashes is 3 and 3. It's just, it was included in the DS version as well as the WiiWare version, because it had all the DS components to it with luminol and the 3D rotating to find things. I always thought it was weird how different that one was, because my first time playing Phoenix Wright was the WiiWare version. So I was like, this is vastly different from everything else. I don't know why. It's because it wasn't originally part of the main game. Has anything else come to mind that we can help our case? Pretty sure I've gone over everything. I see. By the way, I can't help but notice how few people seem to come here. Well, to be exact, no one does. It's like everyone against Tokyo is too spooked to even get close. True, so who could have done this? We've done everything we can. All that's left is the trial. It's almost time for it to start. Alright, let's go. We're almost there, but before we can claim victory, we may have to slay the serpent. Chat, it's been 10 minutes. Man. It didn't skip dialogue. It ended, but since I was done everything, it moved on to Aya telling me that I was done. That was 10 minutes! And I got sidetracked for 2 of them. That wasn't even 10 minutes. No, it was 10 minutes. Ugh. This has turned out to be much longer than I expected. Doesn't help that almost everyone involved seems suspicious. I understand how you feel, but don't be like that. Guess the real culprit won't give up so easy, huh? There are just too many people tied to this case. And the biggest problem is that we lack any hard and fast evidence. Everything about the situation is so unclear. It seems that very few people in Gensokyo feel any sort of guilt for their actions. For better or for worse. Well, I definitely do. I never wanted to cause any more trouble. Yes, we're well aware of that. Of course you're innocent. Everyone in Cheetah didn't blame me for the geyser incident, but Miss Satori was the only one who stuck up for me. She did? Yep, otherwise I probably would have been driven clear into the outside world. I don't think that's how that works, but alright. I certainly wouldn't have expected that from her. Everyone's afraid of her because they don't want her to read their minds, but that doesn't mean that she isn't kind and compassionate. Oh, chat's gonna love this one. Got some Satori fans in universe right now. That's right. All of us in Cheetah are loyal to her because of her warm personality. That's why there's no way I could do anything like putting a curse on her. So is there anyone that comes to mind who would want to? Not at all. How about you, Miss Oren? Same here. How about the vengeful spirits? Well, I guess they are pretty scared of Miss Satori, but they never think of pulling off anything that big. Then let's see what moves Mr. Morchika will make. Since the judge summoned him directly, the prosecution won't be able to interview him beforehand. His knowledge can't put any detrimental ideas into his head, so we might be able to make some progress towards the truth if things go well. Indeed, his testimony and cross-examination could just be the turning point we've been waiting for. Let's show them our spirit. Yes, ma'am. I like how the number of times these characters have been on the stand, and they still think they can lie to Aya. As if Aya hasn't picked apart their statements every time. This trial has reached its 3rd day, though I must say I never expected this degree of prolongation. Have the prosecution and defense made their preparations? Of course, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. First, we shall begin with Mr. Morichika's testimony. Under normal conditions, only the prosecution or the defense is supposed to the fuck? Hold on, chat. I've never seen that word before. Google, help me out. What is that? That's a real word.
Subpoena.
Subpoena? What in the hell? A writ ordering a person to attend court, summoning someone with a subpoena. Oh. I've never heard that word before.
Subpoena.
Hey. Wow. I feel like a child again. Under normal conditions, only the prosecution or the defense is supposed to subpoena a witness. But this is an exception, understand? This should allow the witness to provide a testimony without consultation from either side, meaning none will know how he will testify. Mr. Morichika is sworn to tell the truth, yet this will not exclude him from cross-examination from the defense as well as the prosecution. If there are any points of contention, please speak your piece. With that, I call Mr. Rinnosuke Morichika to the stand. You know, I like how Eiki as a judge is like, you know, like an actual character, as opposed to the Phoenix Wright judge, who's kind of just like, I mean, he's a character, don't get me wrong, but he's kind of just there. But Eiki's like, Eiki took the reins of this trial and is pretty much controlling the pace since the last court date. He's like, alright, here's how things are gonna go. Any problems? And prosecution is just like, nope. Hello. Please, you have no need to be nervous. You are not under suspicion in the least. Please, you don't have a need to be nervous. You are not under suspicion in the least. No, that's not why I'm so nervous. I just, you know, don't handle these kind of situations very well. Give me a break. You're only tense because you're hiding something. First, please state your name and occupation. My name is Rinnosuke Morichika. I operate the antique store Korindo. There are a few things we would like to hear from you today. Such as? You've heard of Miss Satori's case, correct? Yes, Your Honor. I believe she is now unable to move. Don't speak as if you were completely unrelated to the incident. No, I didn't mean it like that. So what of the no standing Daruma that bound her? I know that is the cause, sad to say. Then I want you to first speak of the ill-conceived ornament. Yes, Your Honor. I thought I was playing an Aya game, not an Eiki game. She's the only one doing anything right now. I actually picked it up near the Hakare Shrine, of course. The only problem was that I had no specific idea how it affected others, which is why I gave it to Miss Oku, so she could find out for me. It's the only one, naturally. It would just be terrible if there were multiples. Oh. Is that all? Huh? Is there something wrong? Not in particular, but what will the defense do? May we cross-examine him, Your Honor? If you will. Understood. Now, I think I already know exactly what to get here. What's this? Picked it up near Hakare Shrine. But he said something in there that I noticed was immediately incorrect. Find out, Miss Oku. That's only one. Now, I know that there is more than one. I just don't know which case file says it, because there's 9 of them. Case file 1. Satori was spellbound. Oku was surprised. Oku received the no standing of Rinnosuke. The Daruma found Oku's room was the same one believed to have been used. Combine living things. Titles of books. Chino went to see Oku. She attacked. Chino never met Oku. Oku. Not the one held in evidence, but found in Oku's room. Gotcha, bitch. Wait a minute. How many did you say there were just now? See, I had evidence. It was buried in the pile, the book report, known as my case files. 1. And could you take a look at this? I found this in Miss Oku's room yesterday. Huh? No matter how you look at it, this is exactly like the no-standing Daruma discovered at the scene of the crime. You testified that there were only one of these. However, between the one submitted as evidence and this one discovered in Miss Oku's room, there must be at least 2. What is your opinion on the matter, Mr. Morichika? Wait, what? A completely pointless question. The witness was merely mistaken. Well, if there were only one, its rarity would cause the value to increase. Witness, refrain from speaking out of turn. Huh? Why? I should think the reason to be crystal clear. Order in the court. You must follow court proceedings, Mr. Morichika. You can speak in due time. I understand, Your Honor. First things first. Prosecution's objection is overruled. Mr. Morichika, now you may continue. Ugh. I like the part where Pachi was just like... Like, I was like, there's 2 of them, Rinnosuke, what's up with that? And he's like, oh shit, how about that? And Patchy's like, no, you can't, don't tell them, no, stop talking. As if the judge isn't gonna look at that and be like, what, why? Why would he not? What? Patchy, what are you doing? You're too obvious. Fine, but about what? I doubt I would be able to expound much more on my previous comment. I beg to differ. There might be some more details we can take away from it. In order to drive up the value of the Daruma doll, you lied about the fact that there was 1 instead of 2, correct? I'm very sorry. Actually, there were 3 articles. 3? That's right. In addition, I bound Chirno by accident while I was fiddling with the first one. What? Please stop right there. When did that happen? It was a while back, somewhere around 1 or 2 weeks ago. But Chirno was here as a witness just yesterday. Does that mean that there's a way to undo the curse? Of course. Is that true? What's the procedure? All you have to do is take the same doll and lay it face down, head pointed toward the afflicted. Why are we just getting this information now? After about an hour, they'll be good as new. Why didn't you mention that earlier? We must send someone to free Miss Satori at once. Bailiff, take this and do as you heard. What? And that should restore movement to the victim. By my experience. Satori's been paralyzed for 3 days. Seriously, why did he wait so long to say something so important? I doubt it was intentional, at least. Well, enough of that interruption. Let us return to the cross-examination. Ms. Shameimaru, if you please. Yes, Your Honor. Don't worry, you didn't miss much. The trial... I did 1 cross-examination, and the investigation day was quite literally 10 minutes. And all I did was talk to people. So, this is more or less still just the start. While the witness falsified information about the number of Daruma dolls, let's leave that problem aside for now. So apparently there were 3 dolls the whole time. 1 was used on Chirno. Rinnosuke knew how to break the curse, and he didn't bother saying that at all, and Satori has been in a paralysis coma for 3 days as a result. 1 of the 3 was used on Chirno, another one was given to Miss Oku. And when you did give it to her, you were fully aware of its effects. Wow, you're a sharp one. But that leaves 1 remaining Daruma doll unaccounted for. Do you know who has it, Mr. Morichika? It wasn't me. I didn't do anything. All I did was stumble across them, and... Enough of your blather. You have caused a great deal of trouble due to your actions. Now state the truth, or you will be leaving without your tongue. Whoa. Miss Yasuka had it. Do you mean Miss Kanako Yasuka? Hold on, so the Daruma doll that I have in possession right now is the one that he used on Chirno, yeah? So 1 of them was used on Satori, and 1 of them was used on Chirno, and 1 of them Kanako had. Or is he saying that the 3rd one is the one I currently have, and who the original owner was Kanako? Because that would explain why Chirno got her hand on 1 of those dolls at all, to be able to put in there in the first place. Okay, it's making sense. I'm getting it. Yes, Your Honor. I met her near Miss Yakumo's on the same day I found the doll. What do you mean, what? What do you mean near Miss Yakumo's? What? You telling me Rinnosuke knows how to get to her house? They somehow came up in the conversation. She seemed very interested in them. She requested that I bring them to her shrine. I took just 1, and when I arrived, Chirno was there too. We all tried figuring out how to use it, and in the process, Chirno became frozen. A genuine perfect freeze. We tried all sorts of things with the Daruma doll again, but no matter what, we couldn't undo the curse. Finally, we just gave up and let it roll to a stop. After a while, Chirno started moving again, like nothing ever happened. So you left it still and it removed the curse. Only because it remained face down. If no one touches it, it won't stand up. Ah. What is it, Miss Knowledge? I recall that Daruma doll at the crime scene was propped up in a way that prevented it from falling over. I see. Miss Satori would have been released had the Daruma doll fallen over, negating the effects it took to curse her in the first place. So what happened later? A few days later, Miss Yasuka told me she wanted more, but I had already given the second to Miss Oku by then, leaving me with only one to sell to Miss Yasuka. Did she know that Miss Oku had the second one? I can't say for sure. At the very least, I didn't mention it to her. Your Honor, the defense would like to summon Miss Yasuka as a witness. Very well, I will grant the defense permission. There are still many questions left unanswered. What is the prosecution's opinion? We have no objections, Your Honor. There are no other options at this point. Aya, if Miss Knowledge summons her, she might try to plant some strange ideas in her head. No, I think we can let it be. It's not like we'd be able to gain any advantage by talking to her first anyway. It's going to be do or die from here on out. Trial will go into recess until the witnesses are prepared. I also believe it would be prudent to ask testimony from the victim should she be freed in due time. Court is now in recess. You know, I was going to say, can't we just wait for Satori to be fine and she can show up and just be like, yeah, this guy did it. I can tell because I can read their mind. And then what happens? Then what? There's no longer a case here. I never expected there would be 3 of those weird Daruma dolls. And that one was used on Shirno, no less. They probably should have just let her stay cursed. It would definitely make things a lot quieter around here. What was that? Whoa, where'd you come from? You think things would be better if I was gone, huh? I didn't exactly say that. It's just that you're so popular, it seems like there's always a noisy entourage following you. You're practically a celebrity. You mean it? Of course I do. That's what I thought. I was just checking. La la la. And there she goes, flying out the door. I guess even she's a little concerned about her reputation. Oh, what is it? Since Chirno was affected by that Daruma doll's curse, do you think she might know something about it? Now that you mention it, you might be right. She didn't testify anything about it before. Shall I chase after her? Do you think you can catch her before it gets too late in the afternoon? I think it's worth a try. I'm off. I'm counting on you. Now, Miss Oren? Yeah? Have Miss Moria or Miss Yasuka been to Chiriden lately? Dunno. I always got my hands full with the vengeful spirits. It was pure luck that I was at home when Chirno came by that day. I see. Oh, I think it's almost time. Oh, pardon me. Good luck out there. Let's do it. This case is very... I don't know the best way to say this. Like, not long, but long? I don't know, I've nailed pretty much every piece of evidence I've had to present so far, except the first one. So that sped those up quite significantly. And I didn't really get lost too badly on the investigation days, but some of these portions are taking quite literally 10 minutes at a time. And it's really weird. I believe everything is in order now. How about it, Miss Knowledge? Has Miss Yasuka been summoned? I want to know why she did it, and it better be a damn good reason, because the last one was not a good reason. Yes, all preparations have been completed. Then let us continue. Bring Miss Yasuka to the stand. Good day, Eiki. Wow, she looks very young. And not sinister. She looks great. She actually looks great. That's impressive. Thank you for joining us. First, please state your name and occupation. Must I follow such formalities? And I hate her again. I would appreciate it. Oh, very well then. I am Kanako Yasuka. As for my occupation, I am a goddess. Thank you. We have summoned you here for one purpose. We wish to hear from you about the case regarding Miss Satori and Miss Oku. As you may have heard, a no-standing Daruma doll was found at the scene of the incident, and it recently came to light that you purchased one from Mr. Moichika. Wait a moment. Are you implying that I am the culprit? Perish the thought. We merely needed your testimony. We must have as much information about the Daruma doll as possible. Otherwise, we may never uncover what truly transpired. I see. So where should I begin? I will leave that to the prosecution. You know of this no-standing Daruma, yes? Naturally, I've seen one. We request that you inform us about the one you received from Mr. Moichika. Very well. Here we go. It is true that I received a note standing Daruma from Rinnosuke. However, believing it to be dangerous, I decided to ask for Satori's advice. She told me she would take care of it, so I handed it to her. It seems to me that she has merely bound herself by accident. So that is what happened. Nothing strikes me as unusual, but will you cross-examine her, Miss Shameimaru? Of course, Your Honor. 'Cause... damn, that was pretty... I mean, this character is pretty good at being sneaky, huh? So, odds are she's gonna be a tough nut to crack. When was this? Around 1 or 2 weeks ago? Why did Mr. Morichika give it to you? Is there any reason why he would not? No, I just wanted to know for reference. I see. I told him that I wanted one. Do you often request items from Mr. Morichika? No, I was a first-time customer. I see. However, believing it to be dangerous, I decided to ask for Satori's advice. Man, she says that, but she wouldn't even talk to Satori when she went and set the Hell Raven up inside Oku. She admitted that, although I think she admitted that at a time when this game was a time after this game came out, so that information is not... that information doesn't exist yet. If there's any character I could think of in this entire series that would not, in any capacity ever, go near Satori, it's Kanako. Or Yukari. Probably both. I'm not sure which one more, though. Why did you ask for such a dangerous object? I was unaware of the threat at first. I believed it to be a mere piece of artwork. But then Chirno came calling and it bound her by accident. That is when I understood its power. Ah, I see. So why did you go to Miss Satori for advice? She can read people's minds, yes. I thought she would be well versed in many things, having learned from others' memories. How did she react? Chat, do you think Satori can't read your mind if you wear tinfoil? Because you know, tinfoil hats just so that they can't read your brainwaves, right? Does that work on Satori? She's more powerful than that? Are you sure? Tinfoil is pretty legit. Also, I don't think tinfoil exists in Gensokyo, so it would be hard to test. Maybe it does work. She reads your heart. Oh, okay. So what I need is I need an aluminum or tinfoil chess piece. That makes sense. Okay. Do not rush the witness. She will testify on that matter next. If tinfoil worked in Gensokyo, that'd be silly. Actually, wouldn't it make perfect sense if tinfoil actually did block that kind of thing, considering it's completely outlandish in the real world, and it would automatically make perfect sense in Gensokyo? Yeah, that's exactly it right there. If you get into Gensokyo and spread it as an urban legend, the urban legend incident was caused because urban legends spread, which gave them form. So you could create that as an urban legend, and then you could create tinfoil as an actual brainwave blocker. So Satori wouldn't be able to read your mind, and you'd be able to hang out with Satori. You just have to wear a silly tinfoil hat every time you do. But there you go. We did it, chat. We solved the Satori problem. I feel like I need a raise for this. Sorry. She told me she would take care of it, so I handed it to her. Miss Satori said such a thing. That's right. Such a perilous item should be kept well out of reach of others. What did she say he was going to do with it? Actually, yeah, Sumereko could actually bring tinfoil in. This is a real thing we can do. Within the confines of canon, we can make this happen. Wow. We did it, chat. Whether or not it's a good thing is yet to be seen. Somebody calls in. Tell them I got an idea. What did she say she was going to do with it? She said she was going to cast it into the depths of the blazing inferno. Ah, I see. Thank you very much. It seems to me that she was merely bound herself by accident. Would that even be possible? I would imagine so. I'm not completely sure, though. The only one I've seen affected by it was Chirno. So, may we call it an assumption on your part that Miss Satori cursed herself? I'm not sure I agree with that phrasing, but it seems appropriate enough. It was just the most probable occurrence to me. I see. There must be a clue somewhere. I need to think hard and figure out what's odd about her testimony. Well, it's probably the last bit there where she mentions that she probably did it herself, because it seems like the Daruma itself is pretty impossible to set up like that. Let me see. She told me she took care of it, so it's got to be here. She merely bound herself by accident, but I need to find what goes against this. I don't know what, because I have 10 files. Let's see. Satori was spellbound by someone. Of course, she was surprised by Oku. Oku received the note standing to Daruma. Daruma found Oku's room as the same one believed to have bind Satori. Combined living things prevented him from moving, only usable once. Books. Chirno went to see Oku. Oku never met Chirno. Oku met Chirno. Oku heard Chirno. Not the one held in evidence found in Oku's room. Kanako gave Chirno and told her to place in Oku's room. It was held up to prevent it from falling, and it can't have been an accident. True. But what case file said that? I remember them mentioning that, but I don't know where that was talked about. Not the one in evidence found in Oku's room. We don't have evidence for it, yeah, but it was mentioned. Shit. Story: the victim was spellbound by someone. I mean, that doesn't really contradict what she says at all. Seems to me that she merely bound herself by accident. Of course, she was surprised when Oku called out the crime scene. Oku proceeded to note standing Daruma from Rinnosuke. Daruma found Oku's room was the same one believed to have been used to bind Satori. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm feeling smooth brain here or not, but I'm just not. Like, I have an idea, but I don't know what exactly like does it. I don't think it's any of these ones that involve Chirno. Not the one held in evidence found in Oku's room. I don't know if it's that one. I don't know. Shit. Thank you for giving the sub demo. I'm gonna go with the Daruma itself. Okay, it's not that. Here's my idea, Chad. I just don't know how to put it into evidence here, presented as evidence. But the idea is that they said that the doll stands upright, right? But if you touch it, if you touch it, it gets knocked over, right? So this thing was positioned in a way to keep it upright so it wouldn't fall. So there's no way it was an accident. But I have no idea what in my evidence supports that at all. Actually, yeah, wait, you might be right. I might be on the wrong line of thinking here. It might be her saying she gave it to Satori, but she gave it to Chirno. Okay, no. No. Yeah, it's true. Okay, so she got it from Rinnosuke. She decided to ask for Satori's advice. Told me she would take care of it, so I handed it to her. But that's a lie, right? Because you didn't. You gave it to what's-her-face. Yes. Yes, that was it. Okay. I had the wrong spot, that's all. Just gonna get my penalties back. I was on the wrong spot. So it was here. She said she gave it to Satori, and Chirno said that that Kanako gave it to her. I get it now. Okay, I was pursuing something entirely different that I didn't have evidence for in the slightest. It seemed like it made sense at the time, but this is also correct, so let's roll with it. Hold on a moment. Could you explain that part in a little more detail? What in Gensokyo do you mean? Did you really give that doll to Miss Satori? Of course I did. Are you sure? You aren't mistaken or anything, are you? What do you mean by mistaken? If I didn't give it to her, then who did I give it to? Chirno. I forgot to update the description and the going live notification. So yeah, that was my bad. Chirno. What? Chat, I changed it, right? It's accurate now. It says Touhou. Am I wrong? She told us that much herself when we met at the shrine this morning. Okay, good. It's good? Nice. What else did she tell you? Do you really want to know? Yes, I do. Out with it. You received a no standing Daruma from Mr. Morichika. Then, in exchange for not punishing Chirno for shooting Danmaku at your worshippers, you had her place that doll in Miss Oku's room. Does that sound accurate? Ugh. When I get my hands on that imbecile. Can you show us the evidence to back up your little theory? Or have you forgotten that words without proof are worthless here? There is something that must be cleared up before I do. The fact of the matter is that Chirno stood on the witness stand just yesterday, but felt too frightened to go into too much detail. We were only able to hear everything she had to say this morning. This would put into perspective why Chirno was so adamant about going to Miss Oku's room. Even someone like her is scared of gods. But she was merely playing at the shrine. She didn't shoot Danmaku out of spite. I don't understand why you made her go all the way to Chiriden just to earn your forgiveness. Unless it was simply to get her out of your hair. Is that all? Yes, so I asked Chirno to take it. Is there a problem with that? Allow me to phrase this as a question. Why did that Daruma doll have to go all the way up to Miss Oku's room? That's... Wait a moment, if you please. Oh, god damn it. It's Miss Satori. May I be allowed to speak my part? No. You wish to testify, but you're the victim. Are you saying you know the truth behind everything? I do. You need not be so surprised. Who do you think I am? No, I am seriously shocked. How did you know? Miss Yasuka's business was actually with the vengeful spirits in the blazing inferno. What? Did you say vengeful spirits? Yes, I did. Oren does her job with such talent that even the inferno has become rather calm. This led Miss Yasuka and Miss Moria to try bestowing influence to those troubled spirits. So Suiko was involved as well. Yes. Both goddesses live in the same shrine, you see. So why did they decide to do that? Shouldn't you be the one to tell them, Kanako? If you find it difficult to say so, then I shall be in your place. The Moria Shrine has been losing faith as of late. Such a situation is like the death knell for gods. Knell or kneel, one or the other. As faith in them wanes, so does their divinity, for faith is its very source. A deity's divinity is their life. If faith in them vanishes completely, so do they. The faith they receive from the Kappa and Tengu has been diminishing. In order to counteract this, they tried to give more virtue and influence to the Kappa. But this resulted in that Danmaku battle between said Kappa and the Forest Tengu. It may have been wise to grant the same status to the Tengu as well. Yes, but there is a limit to how much influence I can allocate. We must be careful how it's distributed. As faith took another sharp drop in the aftermath, both goddesses tried to devise a way to gain more in a short amount of time. That is when the vengeful spirits came to mind. However, Oren and myself are the keepers of the spirits. I thought it would not be permissible to allow the vengeful spirits, with their hearts full of malice, to be granted this power. That's when Rinnosuke brought over something of great interest. That would be the no standing Daruma, I presume. The same. Chirno was there as well, shooting Danmaku at my worshippers. I said I would forgive her if she were to take that Daruma doll and put it in Oku's room. But that is not the doll that cursed Satori. Miss Satori, correct? Correct. That was to place the blame for the crime on Oku. She had a checkered past. By planting the doll in her room, it would make everyone believe she had cursed Satori out of spite for being punished in the wake of the geyser incident. You know that is entirely your fault, right? She has a checkered past. You fed her a sun god, and she went a little bit mad. And this is your fault. You caused this. You're to blame. You're despicable. That wasn't even all her fault. And you of all should know that. Perhaps, but I had no other choice. If I did not spellbind Satori and place the blame on another, I would not be able to gain faith by granting influence to the vengeful spirits. Your Honor, Miss Yasuka has made clear her and Miss Moria's transgressions through her testimony. However, one question still remains. The no standing Daruma must be used from a very close distance in order to curse the desired target. There is also the fact that the victim, Miss Satori, can read the minds of others. How did the culprit use such an object against the mind reader? I wish to ask the witness if she used some sort of trick to do so. That is a good question indeed. How were you able to bind Satori? Huh? I have no idea. How can you say such a thing when you were the one who did it? Tell the truth. I truly haven't the vaguest idea of presumptions. Both Suiko and I infiltrated Chiyoden that day. We went to Oku's room to retrieve the Daruma doll that Churno placed there. And you did not know if that was the one Churno had placed or the one Miss Oku received from Mr. Morichika. Right. We were unaware that Oku had one to begin with. Had we known, we would have never sent Churno there. And after taking the Daruma doll from Miss Oku's room, you went to Miss Satori's room? Yes. We stood the doll up facing Satori, and then she stopped moving completely. Miss Satori didn't resist at all. Not in the least. Do you mind explaining yourself, Miss Satori? You should have known that Miss Yasuka and Mr. Moria's intentions. What is the matter? Can you not answer that question? We must know the whole truth. Oh, what? Testimony? I felt sorry for the two goddesses. They would disappear if no one held any faith for them. Nothing more and nothing less. I see. That is an understandable sentiment. But please begin your cross-examination, Miss Shameimaru. Understood, Your Honor. Finally, I'm gonna get to use those books, chat. Felt sorry for the two goddesses. Alright. Let me open up that statement. So you saw them, read their minds, and came to that conclusion. Yes. I saw the great sadness weighing upon them and that desperation to have someone understand their plight and believe in them before they vanished for good. And that is why you put up no resistance whatsoever. Precisely. You don't say. They would disappear if no one held any faith in them. What do you mean when they say they would disappear? Gods truly exist in the hearts and minds of others. They are forgotten, that spells the end for them. It's like yokai exist by fear, gods exist by faith. That kind of thing. I see. Nothing more and nothing less. What do you mean by that? I mean, they only took pity on them. Ah, I see, excuse me. It certainly doesn't seem like she's lying, but try listening closely one more time. Of course, I better look through the evidence too. Okay, I know exactly what to present, I just don't know where to present it, so I'm sure we'll get it right. Here we go. I felt sorry for them. They would disappear. Nothing more, nothing less. So it's got to be this one, and it's the books that Rin got. I've been waiting to present these the whole fucking time. Gonna expose her. You say you felt sorry for them, but that is truly why you let yourself get bound. Yes, it is. Please have a look at these. They are books that you and Miss Oku purchased for you. Ah. I would like everyone to take a good look at the titles. The Aesthetics of Conversation, The Art of Communication, Techniques for Seeing Eye to Eye. These are all books on the interpersonal relations. Why on earth would anyone who can read the minds of others need books like these? Well, please, you have no need to fret. I'm not placing the blame on you. I'm only asking why. Must I answer? Please. Friends. Oh god. Huh? I wanted friends. Yes, I can read people's minds, yet that is why everyone is terrified of me. I realize that should be obvious. Everyone has things they want to keep hidden from others. But I am able to see everything. Thank you, Yo-Yo, for gifting a sub. What about Miss Koishi? She has closed her mind, which means she is unable to read those of others. but I must care for my pets at Chiriden. I wasn't sure I could do the same. Still, I wanted real friends. So I ordered books that would help me make friends when I finally closed my mind. Oh god! Oh. And about the curse. Miss Yasuka and Miss Moria were in dire straits, which is why I wanted to help them. If I had to be frozen for a while to do so, then so be it. But wouldn't it have been dangerous had they given influence to the vengeful spirits? Not really. They can never leave the blazing inferno, the poor things. So that's how it is. Miss Satori, I want to stay by your side forever and ever. That goes for me too. Us pets might not really be your friends, but we still love you all the same, Miss Satori. Yes, of course. I want to be with you all too. And Orin, I do think of you as my friends. Oh, I'm so happy, Miss Satori. Everyone order in the court. May I continue? It appears that Ms. Kanako Yasuka and Ms. Suako Moria were faced with an unavoidable situation. Therefore, I will be merciful in my sentencing. I will come to a final decision after consulting the prosecution with the prosecution and the defense. As for Miss Oku, it has been proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that she had no connection to the curse. So I will hand down my verdict. The defendant, Utsuo Ryuji, is not guilty. Amazing job, you did it. I never expected this to turn out the way it did, though. Neither did I, nor anyone else for that matter. But I wonder what Miss Yasuka and Miss Moria are going to do now. I guess they'll have to get their faith the old-fashioned way, slow and steady. But I can sympathize with them. They felt like they were backed into a corner with no other way out. Thanks a lot, you really saved my tail feathers. Oh, Miss Oku, they let you go already. Yeah, I'm free as a bird. Naturally. But it was all thanks to you. I wouldn't say that. I didn't do much of anything this time. I merely guided the truth a little. I'm glad we didn't have to do much, since I was thoroughly lost by the ending. Being on the defensive the whole time was starting to give me an ulcer. But it's all right now. Now I'll have time to relax for a while and maybe play some shogi. Hey, why don't you come to our place sometime? I'm sure all the other pets would love to have you visit. What about the vengeful spirits? I'm sure they would too. Did you hear that, Momiji? Now you won't have to be scared of them anymore. Chad, I definitely could have finished this all last time. What? Oh, they aren't that bad. You'd be safe at Chiriden as you would be in your own bed. So she says, Momiji. Although I question the safety standards of someone who lives in a former hell. If anything happens, I doubt Momiji would stand half a chance. Okay, if you insist. Alright, we'll put out the welcome mat for you then. Thank you. I'd appreciate an interview when you come too. Right, Momiji? Yays. You still pretty spooked. Nothing's happening today. And what's wrong with that? It's proof that everything's at peace. A reporter can't live off peace. But you've had a jump in the number of subscribers lately. It's only because of your patrolling, painful as it is to admit. Is that true? I can't just make up articles out of thin air. If this keeps up much longer, I'm gonna run out of material. Got it? Thank you. Could you not say my name so weird like that? It makes things real awkward. But what I said was true. I'm grateful for your efforts. But? This Tengu is about scoops. Juicy, hard-hitting scoops. News isn't gonna just walk into the door. A reporter has to be on the move. Don't you mean a detective? They're pretty much the same. I don't quite agree. Come on, let's get going. Hey, wait for me! Is that it? Is that it? There's gotta be another. No? Is that the end of the game? Loud. Loud. Wow. Okay. Time for the extra. I hope there's an extra case. Oh, shit. It's not over yet. Hold on. Chat, hold on. A new episode. Satori has closed her third eye and stands accused of a serious crime. Can Aya fight her way through deception? She faces a new challenge. What the fuck is this? What? Uh-oh. 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 What do you mean she closed her eye? You can't do that. She can't just do that. Oh no. Satori has closed her third eye and stands accused of a serious crime. Can Aya fight her way through the deception as she faces a new challenge? Oh, fuck. Can she open it back? I don't think so. Oh god. Oh, I wasn't prepared for this. Fanworks. I know it's fanworks, it's fanworks, it's fanworks, but I've never seen anyone close Satori's eye before. It's kind of weird. I don't know what to think of that. I guess we'll see how well it's written here. Because remember, these came out at a time where the closing of the eye didn't amount to their entire existence being in jeopardy. Remember that. That's very important. Because it wouldn't be until 13.5 that Koishi's actions would affect her entire being. So until then, with Touhou 11, she just kind of was the Satori with a closed eye. So the repercussions here aren't as bad until then, when it comes to light, that closing their eye is the same as shutting out their whole existence. Satori, or Koishi, if Koishi hadn't have found the Mask of Hope, Koishi would have pretty much ceased to exist, essentially. So Satori is gonna go down the same route here. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, chat. We're gonna keep going, but I'm gonna break up the recording here, so this ends. So that way, this will conclude the third case, and I can immediately start back up with the next one, so it's not conjoined as some like awkward 1 hour end case and then start the next one, for convenience sake for others. That's all. So I'll kill the recording here, and the next one to come up right away will be the beginning of the super secret fourth end case. All right, see you in a second.